Good morning, folks. We're seeing active solar plasma remaining at the southwest departing limb. Today we're evaluating the seismic uptick of late, looking at a new Ceres mystery, a cosmic jet, upcoming space weather, and the Earth weather of note around the globe. Beginning at spaceweathernews.com, we find the last day on our star was calm, but the incoming plasma filaments are now approaching center disk and looking a little jumpy. Eyes on them. Solar flaring is dropping down from M flares last week to barely even B range now as the sunspot situation has returned to blank. Even as some plague areas come into view, they've failed to produce any sunspot umbras. The solar wind is calm. Density dropout yesterday afternoon eased pressure on our shield, but the magnetism of the particles allowed a strange penetration event to begin, and it's still ongoing now. 30 megahertz absorption shifting around the same time the solar wind did. A fast stream from the departing dark coronal hole should impact before the weekend and drive magnetic instability, but we already know they set a quake watch as they faced Earth, and it continued overnight as a 6.3 struck Chile. It was eventually downgraded to 6.0, but even still, it resembles the largest quake uptick in over a month, with only 7 6-pointers in July thus far, but 3 of them in that 48-hour uptick window. Top articles today includes a close-up of what the mainstream calls a black hole. However, Z-pinch, Billy's plasma experiments, and a polarized escape structure continue to put the standard dogma into question for the observers. A bit more overtly mysterious is the Ceres crater situation. Apparently all models of celestial dynamics indicate that the big craters we should see on Ceres are missing. The ones they do see are often polygonal structures rather than circular impact craters, but that's another story for another day. There's a small typhoon candidate at the Vietnamese coastline where it meets China. It's not moving fast, which means flooding is a major concern in any prone areas nearby. Just west of that, in India, tremendous flooding has affected more than 1.2 million people, and agricultural losses in that area will economically devastate the region for a while. Then we jump back to South Africa for the second time in a week, where the winter woes in one location gave way to tornadoes dropping in another. Tornadoes are becoming more common in those parts. Folks, FYI, spaceweathernews.com now auto-updates every minute, so there's no need to refresh your browser to get the latest data there. It is the birthday week at suspiciousobservers.org, as the site is just about 3 years old now, supporting everything else going on around here. And also, folks, just 4 days left for the challenge to be answered. What challenge? Where have you been? It appears they may be willing to let fate send them quietly into history, having missed the biggest opportunity in their field in over a century. But hey, that means I get to crank it up a notch. We'll hit the weather across the world and follow with shots of our star to close. It's 3:55 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.